Okay, so, oh, sorry, horrible voice. Um, I have obviously, as you can see, already started a career mode. But I was thinking to just briefly share with you my career so far. Um, so if I go to, I play this game a lot and I've already forgotten what to do. Club, and then when it hopefully starts working. That's definitely one thing in the future, get a quicker laptop. It does pick up slowly. Clicked on myself. This is the club I'm at the minute, Hamilton Academical in the Elaborates Championship. If you're unsure where that is, Scotland, second league, so it's pretty good team. My career, if you look at the bottom left here, started at Hemel Hempstead, which actually ain't too far from where I live. And then Altrincham, Hemel Hempstead were in the Conference South, if you're aware. That's like 3 leagues off of League Two in England. And then Altrincham basically got sacked from Hemel because they wanted sort of mid-table, and I was kind of just below that for a while, and then I hit a bad run of form, so they sacked me. That was my first job. That was sad. And then second was at Altrincham. I just jumped into any job, and they were in a relegation scrap, basically stay out of relegation. Failed to do that. It's not a great start. And so yeah, they sacked me, and then kind of went out of work for at least like 3 or 4 months, and then got into Northern Ireland PSNI, a police service of Northern Ireland. Apparently it's near, oh, don't quote me on this, Ballymena. I might be completely wrong there. I think if it hits me, I'll remember. But yeah, I got with them, and if you could look at the right, you can see some of the achievements I hit with them in my first season, going into the 2019-2020 season. That's when I got in there at the start. We went up from the Bluefin Sport Premier Intermediate League, which is like the third league. See, it's like in England, Premiership, Championship, League One. That was like their League One. And then in the second season, got into the Premiership from the Championship, promoted via the playoffs. So that was my second season. We were not expected. We were actually expected to go down. So that was a big stepping stone for me in my career. And then yeah, went to Berlin. As you can see, there is no career milestones because it was just literally going for European places, and that was it. We were never really a likely team to win the league. It was just very hard getting them over that line. But they definitely weren't worse under me, so I can say that was good. Built my name there, and then kind of got bored, so I thought, let me try out a different country. Team got interested, Clyde of Scotland in the Ladbrokes League One, and in not my first season, because I kind of took over in the second half of the season, and they were bottom of the league, like 9 points off, almost going to be relegated, and I got them safe, which was great. And then the second season, got them into the Championship by winning the League One title, as you can see there. And then Hamilton took over as soon as we got promoted, and the challenge really is to get promoted. So obviously we've only just taken over for this new season, so it starts from August. You can see on the top right there, we're in December, so we're just about almost halfway. In Scotland, the season kind of finishes a little bit earlier than what I'm used to in England with the Premier League. So yeah, we are about halfway. But yeah, that's sort of Hamilton, what I'm doing right now. You can see it over the years. You kind of start with your star reputation rating starts quite low, but now I'm at like 1.5 stars. So I've been slowly building up my reputation over the years. You can see how long I've been playing this game for. But really, when you play it, just get on with it. It doesn't take too long to get to where you need to get to. But that's what I love about it. It's very much unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen. That's football. For any football fans out there, you know the gist of what football is. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. We started off quite poorly. We're sitting in sixth for the minute. Look at some of my form. I basically went with this Gegen press tactic. This is my form in the league. I mean, it was pretty bad in September, as you can see there. And then probably about here is when I changed the tactic to a control possession tactic, which I guess they're a lot more used to. As you can see, I'm beaten for 5 games. And yeah, then we've lost the random game against Falkirk. Just a rundown on the team, even I should say that. Obviously, them being relegated, they're relegated from the Premiership, so I had to deal with obviously players wanting to leave. You can see if I look at the squad, some players still want to leave, which is not ideal, but hopefully they can help us to get up the league. Matthew Knox and Lamine Gay, these are all quite good players. Lamine Gay is usually actually like the second striker. I've actually got another one, if you see, before it changes over. Changed over, thanks. Stefan Wilman-Ottman's my main striker down there, but he's currently injured, which is great. He's actually doing great for us. Stefan Wilman-Ottman, I just signed him as a replacement for another player that we lost because, again, didn't want to be here, so I was like, right, okay, you can go. He scored 7 goals for us in 10 appearances, 7.01 rating. That's pretty good. But yeah, certain players like Lamine Gay, unhappy, wants to leave the club. Matthew Knox, who's been playing pretty well of late actually. He's injured when I first came in. But there you go, is his stats for the season so far: 12 goals, 12 appearances, 3 goals, 4 assists, 1 player of the match performance, 7.11 average rating. Pretty good stuff. Jerry Martin, who's wanted by Ayr in the Premiership. But he's, again, really good rating. You can see here, you go reports, something to look at. Leading player for most Ladbrokes Championship sides. But he's not convincing at the back, so I'm sitting here like, you know, you're not going to play well. And someone else wants you, fine, you can go, because you're not really playing good enough. You'll see what I mean, but hopefully he proves me wrong in the next game against St Johnstone. But that's that. Our tactic is control possession. If you go to tactics, some good players in my team though. This is my squad. If those of you who play Football Manager are aware, really, if you're in a league and all your team players are above 3 stars, you've got a good team there. You can see a lot of my team are above 3 stars, obviously excepting our John Arno, who actually is 3 stars, but it's just his understanding of the tactic of the role I want him to play is not his natural, so he's naturally going to be a bit lower. But yeah, a lot of good players there. What was I thinking about? Yes, control possession. This is the tactic, and when you just kind of hover over it, there you go. It says a tactic that focuses on retaining possession and pressing high to win the ball back, looks to play out defence and create chances through patient, short passing, build-up play. So the gegenpress was what I did before, and you can see this relies on every player in the team working hard, and above all else being fit and mobile enough to press the opposition immediately after losing the ball. Basically, like, it relies on every player in the team working hard, and obviously if I've got 3 or 4 players in the team that don't want to be here, naturally that's not going to happen. So I quickly realised that wasn't working, so changed it up, and probably thought I was going to get sacked if I continued with it. So I came back to the control possession, something maybe they'd be a bit more used to, and actually we've done a lot better. Still conceding goals, which ain't ideal in the last few games, but yeah, a lot better. If you can see there, we had 2 clean sheets there, we conceded 3 in the last 2. But yeah, hopefully we're going this month now of winning games. We're climbing up the table. We're in 6th position. I'm nearly finished talking, guys. But yeah, there we are, 24 points. Win our next game can potentially go to 4th above Wraith with 27 points. Need a big win, but we're capable of doing it. St Johnston actually, I think, recently sacked their manager, so that's always something dangerous. Is when players lose their manager. There, if you can see, if I can just remove. Oh no, actually, that's fine. When you hover over, if you see anything like that, this is view job advert, declare interest in job. You can see obviously they wouldn't have a job advert up if they didn't have a manager sacked, or just click on the news, that confirms it. Come on. Kalasha sacked by St Johnston. I think they were predicted to be sitting a little bit higher than where they are right now. Again, another thing you can do, go to the league. It's always a lot quicker when you're not doing all this stuff to get to each game, but yeah, this is what I'm doing. Stages, and then overall media prediction, and then you can see, look, we're predicted to finish 3rd, and they were predicted actually to finish above us, and they're below us. So as you can see, yeah, not great. You can have a look at their results. Okay, that's our results. Okay, yeah, yeah, it's like September, no wins. We enter in October, and then 2 losses there, 2 losses again recently. Yeah, I think that was it. And us is the next game, which will be interesting to see. On my squad for the game, you might want to give me better advice to change this, but it certainly worked for me. I've always just liked playing my strongest team as much as possible. If a player's injured, I'm not going to play him. I'm not going to risk him. If a player's suspended, obviously they can't play. If a player's tired, usually if they're going below 80% on the condition there, which is on the left side, then again I won't play them straight away. Give other players the opportunity to play, but that is very much how I do. And players that eventually go, well, I don't want to play. If I'm not going to play, then I'll just sell them on, bring someone else in, or bring up the youth prospects. That's kind of how I do things, basically. It served me better than worse so far, so I'm going to continue with it. But again, if you think, actually, Asher, you could do this differently, my name is Asher, I did say it in the first video, then yeah, surely just let me know, and I will have a think and see what I can do to maybe make that better. But again, certainly I haven't had any issues with it so far, so I'm sure those that are watching, if you are, you want this to be successful, so yeah, I'm sure that if it's working you wouldn't want to change it. But again, leave your thoughts and views on what you think, and let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll probably put the next video up when I'm at the match, so you can just see the gameplay rather than hear me talking about all the details. But again, if you like this sort of thing, let me know. Thanks everybody, and see you soon.